Amber Henderson. Welcome to my channel. I am just going to be talking about teen pregnancy and also like postpartum care and just like things that happen during pregnancy. And then also I'm going to be talking about like things that happen after pregnancy. Hold on a second. I'm making myself a bottle. This is what you're gonna have to do as a mother if you don't breastfeed. Yeah. Alright. So I want to say that like I was pregnant. I was pregnant whenever I was 17, and then I was about to turn 18 like a month later, so I wasn't really too worried about it. I was a little bit nervous about telling my dad and coming out to him about it. So anyways, I took one pregnancy test, so one line showed up and then like a really faint other line. So I was thinking, oh, I might not be pregnant, but I was having symptoms. I was having symptoms like nausea and stuff like that. And so anyways, I took a second test. Whenever I took the second test, I started having increased sense of smell. Like I could smell like a lot of things like really strongly. And foods that I smelled that were like really strong smelling, like meat that was cooked or like stuff like that, it would make me sick. So anyways, whenever I took the second test, the lines showed up very strong. Like I did take a blue test. From what I heard, the red ones are more accurate, or pink or whatever they are, that they're more accurate at detecting pregnancy. I did not take a red one, so I didn't know. And so anyways, I took that test. It came out positive. I was thinking about what am I supposed to do about telling my dad. I only live with my dad. I don't live with my mom. My mom lives far away. She's on drugs and stuff. And so I don't really talk to her anymore. And then anyways, so after that, I found out like, yeah, like I'm pregnant. And a couple weeks went by and stuff, and I was thinking about telling my dad. So I told my boyfriend to go tell my dad. I was so scared to tell my dad. But he actually told my dad like in a good way. He said like, with all respect, like I know this is your daughter and stuff, but she's pregnant. I'm gonna take really good care of her and I'm gonna try for our baby. And so anyways, my dad, he took it, I guess, pretty well at first. And then after that, he came to me and he was like, I'm very disappointed. And anyways, like I felt bad because I disappointed my dad. But like, life goes on. Like a couple more weeks passed and he wasn't even like disappointed or mad about it or anything. And it could be different for some people. Like like some people have it different than I do. I was lucky with my dad, like, not being as unhappy with me as I thought he was going to be. Because some people, like, their whole family will just disown them because of the fact that they got pregnant while they were young. And anyways, I'm just thankful that that wasn't the case with my family. I was planning on doing makeup in this video. I don't know if I will or not. But like, anyways, so yeah, I'm really lucky that my dad didn't get as mad as I thought he was going to. My pregnancy went on and stuff, like my nausea increased and stuff, like my sense of smell increased, and I couldn't eat certain things throughout my first trimester. And then I hit my second trimester and I ate a whole bunch of things. Like, I ate actual meals and stuff. Like, in the first trimester, I was just worried about drinking water because I had been to the hospital like twice and they told me, oh, you're dehydrated, like you need to be drinking water. So anyways, I'm like really short and stuff, so they probably got the wrong idea. They're probably like, oh wow, this 14-year-old girl's pregnant, like really? So anyways, yeah, so, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, okay. So, I was able to eat like a lot of things. And I used to eat like cheese, like straight up cheese. Like, that was my pregnancy craving. Like, people usually have like really weird things. I ate cheese, like cheddar cheese, like just the regular cheddar cheese. And I used to eat Cheeto Puffs with cream cheese, just the regular Cheeto Puffs with cream cheese. So they were just like extra cheesy Cheeto Puffs. And then, anyways, my third trimester, I hit 26 weeks and I felt like it was just going by like really fast. I wasn't able to have a baby shower with all the things that are going on right now. Which, like, it really sucked to me. But, like, anyway, so my pregnancy went by really fast. I was at, like, 38 weeks, I think, in, like, a few days. And we were sitting down watching a movie, me and my boyfriend. And, I went into labor. I did not know what labor felt like previously because I had gone to the hospital for contractions, but I could feel them like up here because it was later on in my pregnancy. They didn't really know what was going on, and I guess I just had like a urinary tract infection. They gave me some medicine for it. They sent me home. And so anyways, yeah, and then like after that I went to the hospital. I was thinking already, like, I'm going to have an epidural. It really hurts a lot whenever you're having contractions. It wasn't too bad for me at first, really. Like, it depends on some people. Like, sometimes, people won't have as bad as contractions as, like, the next person. But anyways, I had some really, like, I had okay contractions at first. Like, they weren't really that bad. Whenever I got to the hospital, it was like a breath of relief. Like, I was just like, yes, like, this baby is gonna come out. Like, he's not gonna be putting so much pressure, like, on my ribs. And so, anyways, I did not have to have a C-section. I was worried about that, but, like, just because of how big my son was, I didn't really know if I was going to have a C-section or not. And anyways, so, I keep saying anyways, but, so, I'm laying in the room after, like, my contractions have started, and they say, oh, well, we don't know if we're going to admit you yet, because you're only out of 3. So I was like, okay, and I laid there for a little bit, and my doctor, like my gynecologist calls me, like in the room, and she was just like, yeah, so we're gonna keep you actually because it seems like you're actually about to have this baby. And I had an appointment like earlier that day with the same doctor, and she's like my favorite. I love my doctor. And anyway, so I ended up having an epidural. I think I was like 4.5 centimeters, so like 4.5. And they stuck the epidural in and stuff, and I was like, yes, like I don't feel anything anymore. Everything is gonna be fine. I lay down, and the doctors come to me and they say, hey, you might feel nauseous in a little bit. Just let us know if we have to adjust your chair in case if you throw up. So I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, what? What are you guys talking about? And anyway, so I'm laying down and stuff. Everything is fine. I feel great. I start feeling super cold, so I called the nurses to come in and put a couple blankets on me. And they did, and then they left. And they anyways, so they left and stuff, and then I was laying down and I was feeling a little bit weird, and I didn't know like that I was gonna throw up. Like, how are you supposed to know if you're gonna throw up? And anyway, so I threw up. I was laying down like flat, and I threw up, and I choked on my throat. And I was choking on my throat for a while. And then the nurses rushed in because my boyfriend started screaming and like being upset because of the fact that he thought that I was gonna die. I was like turning blue. And so the nurses came in and they were just like, oh my god, like, are you okay? By that time, I had stopped choking. They thought that he was yelling at me. And anyway, so I told them, like, I'm gonna have to have my seat up a little bit. So they put it up a little bit, and I started puking a little bit again. And then after that, they left, and it was the end of their shift. And then this other lady came in. Keep in mind, this is like the next morning. This is probably like 5 or 6 in the morning. They had me with a peanut ball between my legs. They broke my water artificially. Like, my water didn't just break on its own. Some people are different. Like, their water will break. And so, I had my epidural. It felt alright and stuff. And then this nurse, she kept walking past the bag, and she was like, I don't know how to change it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And the other nurse that was checking my contractions, they both like had to help each other figure out how to change the bag. And by this time, they had wanted me to push. They wanted me to push. And the epidural wore off, except for my legs, because of the fact that they didn't change the bag out fast enough. And so I was pushing him out and stuff, and I was trying to push him out, and I was trying so hard, and it made me so like upset because it hurt so bad, and because these ladies did not know what the hell they were doing. And so I ended up having my son. It was like 10:50, like 10:45, 11 o'clock, somewhere in there. I ended up having him, and they told me to go shower off and stuff. They were going to take him in for more testing. So I went and took a shower. Usually they'll clean you for yourself. Like, they will clean you. But they didn't clean me. I had to clean myself. This nurse was like super nice. She like helped me out and put me in my wheelchair and stuff. And anyway, so I put like my underwear on and stuff. Like, they gave you these sheer like mesh panties. They're like shorts kind of. And then they give you like a huge pad, and it's like this big, you guys. It's like this big. And anyway, so I put that on, and then I put my mesh panties over it. I was comfortable and stuff. I was ready to go. So they showed me to my room. They asked me what I wanted to eat. And the nurse was like, oh, well, you really shouldn't be eating that if you're breastfeeding. And you guys, I was so upset. Like, I was like, really, like, I just pushed out a whole human and you won't let me eat what I want to eat. And so she went and got it. She went and got it for me. And I ate it. And I was like happy and stuff that I ate it. And anyway, so I'm trying to breastfeed my son. Breastfeeding is hard. And I don't think it had anything to do with what I ate. But anyways, I tried to breastfeed him. And he was really like not having it. He was just like rolling his head around and screaming because I don't think he was actually even getting enough like milk from me whenever I tried to put him up there. He would suck for like a second and then he would stop. And anyways, this lady was like pissing me off. Like, as soon as I had him, she tried to put him up there. She put him up there, he latched to one side. He would not latch to the other side. I tried to put him up there the way that she was showing me, and she started getting mad at me. And anyway, so after that, I brought him home. Like, let's say the next day, I brought him home. Postpartum care is like a little bit difficult. You have to take this spray bottle thing and spray down like your lady bits. And mine like were stinging, like it hurt. It only really ached like regularly unless if I went pee, and then it would like sting or burn. And so anyways, like I would just use that spray bottle. Like I use that spray bottle so much because it hurt so bad. And then, you know, like whenever he was a newborn, his sleeping patterns were a little bit different than like, you know, like a normal person's sleeping patterns. He would wake up like 5 times a night for feedings. And then, I had breastfed, like, let's keep this in mind. I breastfed for like a week. I did try to breastfeed. It did not work because of the fact that he wouldn't latch properly. I got a nipple shield and it really like worked really good. But the thing is, I figured like I didn't want to try to breastfeed anymore because sometimes when I would stick him up there, even with that, he didn't want to latch. And so, I just, you know, like breastfeeding isn't for me. Like I just stopped breastfeeding him. I was scared because, you know, it's like some people will say like your boobs will get small or they'll get saggier. So I was like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I was scared about that. And then like my son, he takes like formula now and stuff. Whenever he got to his first month, he started sleeping probably, I want to say like 7 hours through the night. Like through his feedings and stuff. And then the first month, yeah, I think it was the first month. And then like the second month, he would sleep like I think like 8 hours and stuff throughout the night. And then whenever he got to his third month, he started sleeping 10 hours. So he got to his third month, and you know, it was like almost his 4th month. Like he's coming up on 4 months now. But whenever it was almost his 4th month, he started teething. He started teething, and now he only sleeps back to like the 7 hours a night. It's really difficult to have a child whenever you're this young, just because it takes so much out of you, like energy and stuff like that. I don't know. People have told me about postpartum depression, stuff like that. Like, I don't know if I have it. My mom didn't have it, and I heard that it's like a hereditary thing. Like, it could come from your mother. But like, I don't think I have it. It's just being a mother is kind of stressful sometimes, and like, the lack of sleep is kind of stressful. My son, like with his teething, he's like, I've lost a lot of sleep with his teething because he's woken up like in the middle of the night upset. And usually what I do is I'll give him Tylenol. There's like a dosage chart that I have for babies. to give him. So I'd give him like children's Tylenol, like 1.25 milliliters of it, and then yeah, and it would be fine like at night and stuff. If I try to give him Tylenol during the day while he's upset like that, he would not, like, it would not work out very good. And so yeah, what I'd like to say about being a young mother is, like, I have one friend that stood by me this whole time. Wait, no, two. My boyfriend and one of my other friends. And those are, like, the only two people in my life besides my dad and my son's grandma. Those are, like, the only two people that really truly stood by me this whole time. Oh, hold on, I have to give him back his bottle. Augustus, here. And yeah, like, my little sister and my dad and stuff, they got into like a huge argument with me because I wanted to stay with the baby's father. And I just left. I decided to leave because of the fact that, like, I really was not trying to be, like, to, like, feel uncomfortable in my own home while I'm pregnant with my dad's grandson and my sister's nephew. And so I decided to leave. I left and I went and lived with my boyfriend. And we lived in a trailer. And then while we lived in a trailer, we decided that we were going to get our own, like, place instead of living in that trailer. And so we left and we went to, there's like these apartments over by our college over here. So we lived in those apartments. And after that, we ended up getting our own place. Like, we have our own place now. So I'm, like, really happy about that. My friend, I'm so, like, happy for my friend. Like, I'm so glad that I met my friend while I was pregnant and stuff, and that we are still friends to this day. Because usually whenever you're pregnant and you have friends and stuff, people stop coming around, they stop hitting you up, they stop asking you if you want to hang out first. And, you know, like, me and my friend have been hanging out and stuff, and it's, like, it's nice, honestly, because my friend is, like, the girlfriend to my boyfriend's friend, so it's, like, it's really nice. I really like it. But while I was pregnant, people stopped messaging me. They stopped talking to me. I did not have any friends after my pregnancy except for this one friend and my boyfriend. And, you know, that's not always the case for some people. Like, some people have, like, a whole bunch of friends and then they still have those friends after they're pregnant. But honestly, like, now that I've hit this point in my life, I'm just thinking, like, friends will come and they'll go, and this is pretty much just how it's gonna be and how it's supposed to be. I have a little bit of friends, but I'm not, like, super close with them like I am with my friend Bianca. And so, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you're young and you're gonna be a mother at a young age, like, you have baby fever or whatever, like, I hope that this video gave you some good, like, insight on what it's like to be a mother at a young age, so then you will make the right decision for you. I'm not gonna say, like, oh, it's wrong, or, oh, it's a great thing. But I mean, it is a good thing. Like, it's a miracle. Like, you're bringing another human being into this world through your body. Us women are pretty strong and pretty great and resilient by the fact that we could bring a whole other human into the world. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, then please subscribe. I hope that this was helpful information for everybody that is pregnant at a young age or wants to be pregnant at a young age. Thank you guys for watching.